Hi there, it's Dr. Brenda Money Coach. So I'm in the RV in Vermont, parked at a campground. It's raining all day long, and it's going to rain into tomorrow too. Plus, I'm this campground is sort of like in a dead zone. My great Wi-Fi is not working very well, so my connection to the internet is very poor. So I began to think yesterday of, well, what am I going to do? I'm working on the Gutsy Women Club. I've got to be able to start doing some things that don't involve my work online. And I began, part of the Gutsy Women Club are what I refer to as Sunday Gems. And these are short little stories. I've actually started working on these in 2017, so it's been several years of just toying around with this idea. Short stories, and so I began looking through the old stories that I had started. This is an image of something that just caught my eye. It's a bicycle. I think I was in Washington, D.C. I was on my way to some kind of a crazy meeting, another hectic day. I had a high-stress career rushing back and forth, and I saw this bicycle, and I just sort of stopped in my tracks, and I was like, I wonder who's riding that. I mean, I could just see this, young woman with maybe her hair flying in the breeze, and I thought, she's upholstered, matching upholstered seat, and the bike bag, and a cute little basket. And for a minute, I thought, well, you know what? I've got this vision of a dream of living in some small place, and I've got a bicycle, and I've got a basket in front of that bicycle, and I can just see myself going to the cafe and meeting my friends for some morning tea, stopping at the library, picking up another great murder mystery, maybe stopping at the grocery store and picking up some bread, flowers, wine, whatever I want, putting them in the basket, and I'm headed back to my place, which is probably along the water. So it just stopped me in my tracks, and I started to think about, well, what if I could take that dream life and start to bring a little bit of that into my everyday world? Maybe it's as easy as getting my bike out, finding a fun route, putting a a basket on the front. So that is my first Sunday gem is about sort of bringing your dream world into the everyday world, bringing little reminders with you of why you're working so hard. So I originally I was going to include this photo in the post, and I worked on 3 more Sunday gems, and I don't have photos to go with them, and so I got the idea of sketching. So I've got my sketch pad with me, and again, I find this an enjoyable way to spend the time. And so this is my bicycle. It's got a little, it's got some bread and wine in the front there. So, nothing fancy, but I thought it would be a nice way to just add some interest to the stories as I send them out every Sunday. And it's a good use of my time, good way for me to spend a day that's a rainy day without the internet. So I'll take you through a little bit about my setup here, because the first thing I'm doing, of course, is looking. I'm not that great of an artist, so I have to have a picture to look at. So that's sort of my first task, and then I've got sketching pencils. So I'll grab a sketching pencil and a nice big eraser, and just start to outline what it is I'm going to be doing. I have these micron pens, so I will outline the images with different colored pens, and then I have some watercolor pencils, and I'm gonna add a link to these items so that you, if you're interested in sketching yourself, you can easily find them. So I will color them, use the markers on them, and then I've got these water pens. So these are really cool. They you have the water down here, you squeeze a little bit, and so what that does is it blends in the colors. And there are different pens for the different sizes. So this has a really large brush on it, and the other ones have smaller brushes. So that is the process. And so now I'm going to see if I can come up with more sketches for the three stories that I wrote. I did start doing this with my travels, so this was a little sketch from a photo up at Raven's Roost in the Blue Ridge Parkway, and started to do some travel sketching. And quite honestly, I mean, I did this in the first 2 weeks, and I haven't been back to it. It's just haven't had time, believe it or not. Time disappears when you're out on the road and RVing. So anyway, that's what I'm up to. The Gutsy Women Club, it's going to launch on September 1st. If you want to join ahead of time, I mean, I'm still building it, but you're welcome to join. It's gutsywomen.club. So that's it for this rainy day in Vermont. I hope you're doing well, and if you want to follow along on my journey and watch the Gutsy Women Club being built, please follow along. Take care.